All right, well, there we are, guys. The anticipation screen is here, and we're about to go into the game, Game 1, between our Zerg and Terran players in the first match of Ye Olde map tournament today.
Yep.
Come on, Sleep. Load.
Holding things up a little bit on us.
Load. It's not a big map. Come on, Sleep. You can do it.
Very CPU-intensive map, though, with as many explosions and things happen on here.
You're right. There's a lot of lava. This is the Mordor map. And on the left side of it, representing the humans, perhaps, I guess you could say, it is our blue Terran player from the team Legion. It is Avilo. And there is the scoreboard. And then down the bottom of the map, in the red, from Czech 6, formerly of Team Slayers, it is Sleep.
Yeah, it is. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, on Incineration Zone, our first map for each of these matches here in round 1. We still have 4 players that are going to be left duking it out tomorrow as well. So still a lot of action left to go in round 1. We've seen a couple of players eliminated, but we'll see what they're going to be up to this game.
Will Sleep be our second Zerg player to make it through? Of course, we saw Empire Violet making it through a little bit earlier against Gosu WBC. And Sleep is quite a good Zerg player himself here. I don't know. This is actually, I'm like fascinated by how these guys are going to play this map, all right? Because like I mentioned before the game started, Sleep does like to be a little bit more aggressive. So these small maps may sort of, I don't want to say benefit him, but he could use that a little bit. Now, Avilo is the type of player, or Vilo, I guess I should say. I don't know why I have such a hard time with his name. But anyway, he basically likes to play things slow. He was never a player that liked to do these early rushes and things like that. He likes to play for the extreme late game. He's known for always having games that go for like 40 minutes or something like that, even on like Steps of War. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see if he tries to go for that sort of style here, because if he does, I think that is actually something that might end up favoring Sleep, because Sleep is just such a good macro player, such a good, so good at kind of taking advantage of those situations. So,
and Sleep is actually going to open with a Speedling build, of course, not going to take Hatch first on Incineration Zone. His opponent, though, still deciding to go with a double Rax for now, so he will be able to put on a lot of early game pressure.
Yeah, man, he's going to try to do some bunker rushing here, but unfortunately for him, they're going to be Speedlings out pretty quickly. That is CV, wishing he could jump.
That is true.
He could fly through the sky.
Jab his little drill right through the Overlord there.
Pop it like a helium balloon or something.
Because they do. When they die, they do.
They do float.
That's true.
Like helium balloons. There's Zergling speed immediately from Sleep.
Silly.
Queen some lings going.
Flying pacifist helium balloons.
Yeah. But this is going to be a great start for Sleep, actually, because Avilo's not going to be able, or Villa's not going to be able to do anything at all, really. I mean, the Marines are going to come out, and you know what's going to happen then? They're going to die immediately, because there should be a good amount of Zerglings. Now, there will only be 4. Oh, a Roach Warren from Sleep. Ah, he's not even going to mess around with it, man. Oh, no. Oh, it's going to get scouted, though.
Yes, it does.
Villa sees it.
He knows that it's there. He's already pulling a few SCVs off of the line with some of his Marines, so he wants to start inflicting that damage right now. He knows it's going to be still a little while before those Roaches are able to pop up, but taking a look back at his side of things, he's still got a fair number of SCVs back at home. He's continuing to build those and actually starting to pull everything back.
He is. He's all right. Interesting. Okay, so he knows there's not going to be a hatchery. He knows there's going to be enough lings. So yeah, just kind of not even deciding to mess with it, just pulling back and staying a little bit more defensive, it looks like. He's already got a position, or a supply depot in position to watch the rocks here.
And let's see, could see 4 more Roaches here, and it looks like they're going to pop out very, very soon. So 5 Roaches already on the way. How many Lings are up? Just 8 for the time being, but Sleep will be able to reinforce with a ton of units. Avilo not putting up a bunker back at home, starting to mine gas for now. Yeah,
I was going to say, he may want to try putting one of those down. There we go. There's an SCV on the way to start that bunker now, and a Baneling nest from Sleep, so he is just going all out one base here. He's just going to try to do a Baneling Roach bust, it looks like. And can Lings and Banelings get through between those 2 barracks? I think they can, actually.
Let's see. This way. Oh.
No, I don't think so, actually. There's sometimes you see people wall it off where they leave like a little gap and it doesn't look like you can, but I think that's a tight wall off.
Well,
it should be. Should be.
We'll see here what Sleep's plan is going to be. This is obviously the weak point in the wall. There's a lot of Marines sitting behind that, and he's even bringing an Overlord here for vision. He's going to be able to pick off one of the supply depots from the low ground. That's pretty cool as well for him.
Are we watching Cats on Steps of War or something like this? This is like the old road rush you used to see all the time in beta. He's going to get that supply depot, no problem here.
Yeah.
And avilo's in a little bit of trouble here, especially with those Banelings on the way.
Yeah, and he's not pulled anything off of the line quite yet. He's really committing to his one base. The supply depot is down to less than half its health. The Banelings are finished. Sleep could run in here in just a second, and the supply depot falls. There is no more wall remaining.
Yeah, no kidding. So now here's the question for Sleep. It probably wouldn't be good to try to run the Banelings around the outside because a lot of them would die before they connected with anything. So he may actually just decide to morph a few more Banelings and go right for the barracks, but we'll see. I think he's just going to go around the outside. But yeah, look at that. Baneling's going down, but he does connect with the bunker very well.
Yes, he does. And now there are roaches inside of the main. Just a handful of Marines here. All of the SCVs are pulled off of the line. A Siege Tank furiously trying to come out right now, but I don't think it's going to be there in time to matter. Avilo supply starting to fall. A few more Lings are reinforcing. They've not made their way up the ramp quite yet. Most of the Marines have fallen. Oh, and look at this. A supply depot's coming up. It's going to require the attention from these roaches, but they can't get there in time.
Yeah, well, you know, Avilo did a good job of surrounding those roaches. A lot of Lings got lost. A lot of the Banelings didn't quite connect as well as they could have. Like I said, you know, when he was running all the way around the barracks, some of them got eliminated before they were able to do any damage. And so Avilo does hold. Now, what's the worker count right now? That's going to be very telling. 13 drones to 16 SCVs, and there's a siege tank out right now. So, yeah, things actually not looking bad at all for our Terran player. In fact, he's going for Banshees, and Sleep, if he's not ready for this, that could just end the game immediately.
Well, Sleep is trying to take an expansion, and he's going through the destructible rocks right now, but that expansion is a long way off. Taking a look, though, he is still sitting on those 15 workers, but man, he is going to need to utilize a lot of production cycles that are purely drones to be able to catch back up.
Yeah, he does have a good amount of units out, so at least that's, you know, something where he does have a little bit of a buffer to make drones. It's not like he lost his entire army in that attack. So, you know, Sleep's certainly doing okay, too, but you know, with Avilo going for Banshees, I feel like I need, excuse me, to kind of give the advantage to him, even going for Cloak with this. Now, his first Banshee is going to get there long before Cloak finishes, so it's debatable really how much he'll be able to get out of that. If Sleep responds appropriately, he may just cancel it and save the resources. He does have an Evo chamber down already, so yeah, I'd say there's a good chance that Sleep is going to throw down a Spore or two and then maybe get a cancel on the Cloak from his Terran opponent, but we'll see. Here comes Banshee number 1.
There is just one queen up. That's the only thing that can hit air right now, and a few drones are transferring, so Avilo could score some kills now. Yes, we do have one Spore Crawler coming up. Nothing over at the natural quite yet. It's going to require a couple more queens for that to happen.
Man, talk about passivity from Avilo. He's actually just going to go home and try to use that Banshee to defend. There are a lot of Zerglings coming out, but I don't know, man. I feel like he should have stayed and tried to do some damage, even with the Spore up, even with like a second queen on the way. I feel like he could have gotten a couple more kills and still gotten the Banshee out of there, but this is just kind of what he's known for, you know, just being like ultra safe, you know, maybe even a little bit too safe once in a while.
He's continuing to let Cloak finish up as well. He sees a Spore Crawler overhead. We'll see if that gets canceled. We'll take a look here at this tech lab to see if it's going to finish up or not.
He's letting it finish, it looks like,
and it's done.
Finishes. Wow. All right, so he's going for it.
Yep.
54 supply to 50 right now. Both players still very even. Avilo still has a very strong army, has a lot of ways to do damage, but doesn't have an expansion or anything like that yet.
And unfortunately, the Spore Crawler's up in front, so a few of these drones are going to go down. There are a couple of queens now, but one getting shot down very quickly. The second is down pretty far in health as well.
And it looks like he's content to just fire on this hatchery, I suppose. I mean, the thing is that if he can take out the hatchery, he'll be putting himself in a great position, but it's going to be fairly easy for Sleep to reposition that Spore Crawler. In fact, that's what he's doing right now. Oh, the second queen pops out right away as well. Yeah, Avilo needs to make a run for it here, but killing so many drones with this.
Yeah, really well done by him, and make his way into the main as well, where there is still a Spore Crawler, but yet it is going to deny yet more mining time. So good work there by Avilo, certainly making those count. As we can see, he's up 27 workers to 18 at the moment.
Oh, man, that Banshee just barely got away. Should be fine.
Let's see here now, as Avilo's got a very strong push coming out at the moment.
70 to 49 right now. I mean, the drone losses have really hurt Sleep. He did okay defending the 2 racks. He did a good job getting in his opponent's base, but he just didn't do enough with that Baneling bust. It set him so far behind. And, you know, even on a normal map, that's something that you're going to have a hard time recovering from. And it just looks like I don't know if Sleep has enough to hold this off.
Yeah, let's see here now as he's trying to go through the supply depot, but it's going to cost a ton of workers for that to go down. It's not even going to happen. And look at this, avilo's already sieging up now underneath the hatchery.
Yep, a great siege up location at the gold expansion. He's even going to throw down a couple bunkers or 2. Yeah, Sleep's definitely going to lose his hatchery.
Yeah, and that may cost him the game as well. He's only got 40 lings out on the field now, and unfortunately just doesn't have a lot to rally back against this. He's setting himself up for a little bit of a flank, but look, already a great defensive position set up for avilo. Has a bunker there as well. The flank is attempted, but the Zerglings just melt, and there's so much stuff sitting overhead still. Well, Banshee and the medevac end up going down, but unfortunately there's just not a lot left for Sleep.
Yep, and Sporecrawler dies. Only one queen left dying. GG.
GG.
From Check 6 Sleep.